Of XR2 with another build showcase today, looking at the bow Invoker, going for a no crit bow, pure lightning, exposure, magnitude, scaling build. So all the fun of riding around on a rower, so we're riding around, being able to fire at full speed, firing whatever arrows we want, just going absolutely mad. We've got Chaos Inoculation, we are super tanky, we can walk through tier 16 maps like they're nothing, and we have got pretty solid single target. All done with a budget bow. That's the main crux of this. I wanted to do it with what is a 60 divine bow. Well, with 54 divines worth of runes in it, but it was building around that rather than building around one of the 600 divine mirror bows. They're obviously very good, but I think you can actually get away without those stats if you build in a different way. So that's what we're showcasing today. Let's get right on into it. We're going to start off with the gear. We're going to talk about the items there, what's important on the different pieces, and what you need to be looking out for. Most important thing, movement speed, 62%. We're pretty fast. We're on a row. We know to slow down for shooting. We're always going this speed. Very, 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 very nice. We'll cast all our skills, full speed, spend all our mana, and dump a bunch of damage. It's great. How are we doing that? Right, first thing, the bow. So there's a lot of hubbub about the moment. Like, you need 2 arrows, you need crit chance, it needs to be a Gemini bow. No, it doesn't. You can get just high fizz damage. So this has got 3 sockets. I would recommend getting 4 additional arrows. So a Gemini bow, bows attacks, fire additional arrows, sockets with additional arrows. Just get 5. As long as you got 5, it feels good. 4 does not feel good. 5 feels good. As high fizz damage as you can. Don't worry about crit. Crit is going to put this thing through the roof on expense, right? So you can pick up something with a couple of what look like brick lines. You can generally pick up a bow for about 60, 70 divines. And it's going to get you through all the endgame content. So if you can't get fizz damage like this, then you're not going to be able to do tier 4s. Well, you will, but you have to dodge more attacks. You're still going to have a good feeling character for mapping, and you still have a good feeling character for tier 2s, tier 3s. But on your bow, I'd recommend high fizz, high flat fizz, high percentage fizz. If you can get fizz accuracy, that's going to be great. Bow attacks, fire additional arrows is obviously going to be very good. Prod skills is very good, and attack speed is going to be good for this setup. If you can get a Gemini bow, that will be your best, but something like this is perfectly good. Looking at the gloves, Hand of Wisdom in action, 1 to 12 lightning damage is what you want with as high stats as you can. On your rings, I've got tier 4, tier 3s. I haven't got perfect rings, but obviously tier 1 flat damage is what you want. You want your resistances, intelligence for more damage from the Hand of Wisdom in action is always going to be good. If you can't get accuracy on your bow, I recommend grabbing an emerald ring. You're going to want a little bit of accuracy somewhere. Again, flat damage rings. You can see on this, I'm still on tier 2s, tier 4s. These are not tier 1 rings. For your amulet, Stellar Amulet works really well and actually is, believe it or not, the cheaper option than trying to get a +3 prod skills that has other good stats on it that you would want from this build. The Stellar Amulet actually works out cheaper, so just grab one of those and it's just as good. High energy shield helmet with resistances. High energy shield chest with resistances. You're going to want, because we're playing an Invoker, you're going to want, well, to be honest, you can get away without running... Ooh. You could probably honestly get away without running Wind Dancer if you wanted to, and run this with 30 less spirit cost, or even stop running Blasphemy, although you'd be a little bit down on the resistances then. But you're going to want something with around the 1000 energy shield mark, and if you do get something with about 1000 energy shield, you're going to have to drop off either Wind Dancer or Blasphemy. 1100 is going to be what you need to fit everything, just under 1078, I believe. I think I got that right, or 1080. Right. On the quiver, so you're going to want, this is a really good quiver, crafted it myself, but bow skills, prod speed, physical damage to attacks, prod skills, dexterity, attack speed are going to be the best lines for this. This is about as the best quiver you can get. You could use Kadiros if you had a god tier bow, but you would need a god tier bow to make Kadiros work. You'll drop too much flat damage without being crit based otherwise. Headhunter's really good, but you can also run a well-rolled Ingenuity. Headhunter's really good for speed clearing the maps, and with the buffs lasting 60 seconds now, it's a lot easier to carry that into things like breaches. Works a lot better in Simulacrum as well. However, Headhunter or an Ingenuity, doesn't matter whichever one you want, is going to work just fine. On your boots, you want movement speed. You want to be going fast. High energy shield as you can, but prioritize getting 2 sockets movement speed, and you're going to have a better time. The faster you move, the more you dodge, and yeah, the better time you're going to have. So that's the gear. You could spend as much as I've spent on all of this gear twice or 3 times over just getting a bow with crit chance, additional arrow on a Gemini base. So, but this bow works just fine, as you'll see in the showcases. Let's have a little talk about the skills and go over the rotation and how that works, because there is a bit of a rotation on this for bossing. Absolute max burst DPS. You want to do the following. You want to cast Tornado Shot. You want to use Barrage. You want to cast a Lightning Rod. Then another Lightning Rod. This is with 5 arrows. That gets us all 20 arrows out. Then another Barrage. And as you can see, everything explodes. Barrage followed by your Lightning Arrow on that last one there. But if you barrage the lightning arrows, you'll get really, really good burst. If the tornadoes drop down, you want to put those back down. And you just want to go through that rotation a couple of times. Bosses will die really, really quickly. The lightning arrows just burst all of the lightning rods. It just crazy burst damage. It's really, really good. So let's have a look at actually how these skills are set up. G, of course, for skills. So primary map clearer and trigger for our lightning rod is lightning arrow. We're running this with martial tempo, fork, lightning exposure, overcharge, and commiserate. Now, something to be aware of, and you can balance this, I have not, is if you are running lightning exposure along with overcharge and commiserate, the lightning exposure will be applied to you on hit. We are taking a minus 33% to our lightning resistance pretty much at all times. So if you can overstack your lightning resistance, I would recommend doing that because it will cover off this lightning exposure. I don't know if that interaction is supposed to happen. The shock is what's applying the exposure, so the fact that all of the shock gets returned to you kind of makes sense. I think the interaction is supposed to happen, so keep that in mind, that you really do want to be aware of lightning damage, especially lightning floor effects. They might really, really hurt. And my map is very zoomed in. That's quite funny. Going on to Lightning Rod. So this is our boss killer. We have got Elemental Focus, Minion Pact. We are riding a minion. Concentrated Effect, Primal Armament, and Deliberation. So all of the more damage on this, giving it really, really, really good burst. Next up, we've got Barrage. This is running Premeditation to give us more damage. Murderous Intent, that affects both our Lightning Rod and Lightning Arrow, by the way, in the way we use our rotation. Murderous Intent for that sweet culling strike, get that last 5% done. Second Wind, so that we can cast this in quick succession for our rotation. Ingenuity for increased cooldown rate, and Inspiration, because I needed to put Inspiration somewhere, and here just felt like the best place. Next up, we got Tornado Shot. This is there to give us more arrows and proc more Lightning Rod. This is running with Persistence, Overabundance, so we can have 2 down at once. Font of Rage, Font of Mana, and Blind. I actually have some feelings about this. I feel like you should use a bow switch on this that just has two arrows, so that you can place these exactly where you want. With 6 arrows, sometimes they don't end up on top of the boss, and the lightning rods don't get procced as well. So that might be something you can do to get a little bit more control over the tornado shots. Next up, we've got our Rower Mount, first companion, first and only companion. This is running Meat Shield, Minion Mastery, Loyalty, and Elemental Army. We've got Blasphemy. This is running Conductivity with Lightning Mastery. Why are we running Lightning Mastery? Well, without it, we end up on 19% resistance removed, and with it, we end up with 20%, so we might as well run it there. Wind Dancers just running Maim. Herald of Thunder is running Innovate, Long Shot, and Lightning Infusion. We aren't doing any freeze tech here. This proliferates out enough with the Voltaic Marks just fine without us having to worry about boosting the cold damage. I know it doesn't do the shocks to cast the shocks, but the forking lightning arrows go far enough that they do the shocks, and the Herald of Thunder just adds a bit more damage. Cast on Shock with Voltaic Mark, Reach, Energy Retention, Impetus, and Magnified Effect. So just to go over that rotation again one more time, you shoot out your Tornado Shot, Barrage, shoot out your Lightning Arrow, fire one more Lightning Arrow just so you've got 20, Barrage, and then fire your arrows through a tornado and everything will explode. Once the tornadoes have gone, you put them back and you start again, and then the thing dies. Those are the skills. Let's jump in, talk a little bit about the passive tree and what options we've got there and how we can squeeze this at a lower level. The skill tree then, so we are an Invoker. We are grabbing I am the Thunder, I am the Blizzard, lead me through grace for that beefy spirit, and the soul springs eternal. Meditate doesn't work with Eternal Youth. You can't use Unbound Avatar while you're mounted on a rower. We don't deal crits, so Sunder My Enemies is useless. We might as well cast slightly more Voltaic Marks. Now, you could fit this very similar build on a Deadeye, and you would get more damage, less tank, but there's nothing particular here that makes it forced on the monk when you're doing a non-crit build, because Sunder My Enemies doesn't matter. Looking at our skills, we go up, we grab Flow Like Water, Mindful Awareness, and round to Step Like Mist for the movement speed. We go up through Essence of the Storm, and then round for Shimmering for more movement speed. We grab Killer Instinct and Tenfold Attacks, and we come round and grab Kite Runner. Important to note that alongside Kite Runner, we're also grabbing Feathered Fletching around here. Increases and reductions to proj speed also apply to damage with bows, so that is actually 30% damage. This also increases the damage with bow skills here. That's 59%. Sorry, the proj speed here also goes to damage, so that's what makes this very good. Keep coming up round, grab our first emerald. You want to be looking for movement speed, lightning damage, attack speed, proj damage, damage with bows, that sort of stuff here. You can get some good emeralds quite easily. I've been favouring movement speed. Going fast is fun. Grabbing Eternal Youth for that healing. Coming up and grabbing Chaos Inoculation. Important to note that we are just taking int nodes everywhere. We grabbed the From Nothing. This is taking Zealot's Oath, and we're taking Sharpened, Tough, and Swift Claw for the 75% attack damage. Grabbing a Basement. This makes us stun immune on the rower. I think that's a bug, but it does it. Ingenuity and Patient Barrier. We're coming up here. We're grabbing Electric Amplification and Pure Power, making sure that we've got that penetration for lightning and pure power for the extra damage while we're stacking. Then we come down, we're grabbing the Megalomaniac. The important thing to grab here is actually Siphon. If you can't get one with Siphon on it, then a Sapphire that has mana on kill will be fine. Then we're coming up and grabbing Overexposure. That's where we're getting a lot of our damage from, either exposure effects and shock magnitude. Coming down, we're also grabbing Wildstorm for the more max lightning damage. We grab a Verona's near acrobatics, so it's important here. The only thing that's important is it says Songworthy Deeds by the line of Verona. These are about 5 divines. It doesn't matter about this number at all, because the only thing we want to do is change acrobatics to Black Scythe training, making sure that we get energy shield from our strength. Otherwise, the strength from Stellar Amulet's wasted, right? At the moment, that's like 90% more energy shield. That's a really good node. So you want to be grabbing one of those. The Verona line's important. Nothing else is. Don't waste money on an expensive one. Just get the cheapest one you can with Verona. Grabbing Coming Calamity, and then also, as I mentioned earlier, Feathered Fletchings to make the use of all that proj speed that we're grabbing. We come up, we grab Maiming Strike, Frazzled, and Catalyst, and then we grab a Controlled Metamorphosis. Now, within this Controlled Metamorphosis, we are grabbing Wrapped Quiver, Master Fletching, Quiver Effect, and Quiver Effect. We're also grabbing Wasting, and we are grabbing Accuracy and Attack Damage, because we needed a tiny bit more attack accuracy, and this was the best node because it gave us a little bit of attack damage too, making it slightly better than these nodes. Coming down, we also grab some skill speed and movement speed, and lastly, we just move down to an emerald for some more movement speed, lightning damage, attack speed, and proj damage. Said, shop around for those emeralds. I've been favouring the movement speed, but proj damage, lightning damage, damage with bows, you can get some good lines there. So that's the skill tree. Now, this fits at 97. If you wanted to fit it earlier, you could drop these 4 points here. That fits it at 93. If you wanted to drop it even earlier than that, I would say you could probably also drop Ingenuity, and you could also probably drop tenfold attacks and the attack speed and still be fine and fit this at around the 90 mark if you really wanted to. So it doesn't need to be a high level character to get it to fit. That's the skill tree. First use of a controlled metamorphosis by me, and it's all 4 quivers that got nerfed, but this does actually give us an extra proj skill and actually really boosts up what is a really, really good quiver here. If you were going Kadiros and you were going a crit base, you wouldn't do this, but for running standard quiver, this is going to give you a hell of a lot of power. Just to show you just what that quiver does, let's have a quick look. So it's about half of our DPS, thereabouts. It is actually half of our lightning rod DPS, so quiver's very strong. Quiver effect nodes, very, very strong indeed when you're running something like this. And lastly as well, one more node, I didn't mention this at the time, we're allocating Subterfuge Mask with our Stellar Amulet. This keeps us at, I think, just over 50% evasion. If I pull that off, we go to 0 evasion, right? So that Subterfuge Mask is very important to be getting what we need from the helmet, and that's why you want high energy shield helmet there too. That's it with the skills, right? So let's get this thing showcased. We're going to take it through a tier 16 map. I'll take it through a tier 4 simulacrum, and we'll kill a King of the Mist with it as well. So that's coming up next. If you have enjoyed the showcase, don't forget there's a build guide in the description. So if you want to check any of it out, you've got any questions, feel free to leave comments. I will try and answer them. Let's show this thing off though. Alright, let's showcase this thing in a map. So we've got tier 16 map, 82% Delirious. We're going to take it to a Valve factory with a map boss. There's a pretty sucky map tile, as we know, with some of the worst monsters. We've got minus resistances, extra monster damage, and monsters fire extra projectiles. So this map really does fucking suck. But I'm sure we'll be fine. Let's go! Come on, horsey! We can do it! Oh, it's the boy! Look! Oh, it's Kosis straight away. Immediate Kosis. Exactly what we wanted. Get this boy cracked open. Get it started. We're off. More headhunter stacks, please. Oh, the Twilight Reliquary Key, our favourite. So now we just keep pushing out. Keep shooting. Never stop, never stopping, as they say. Some more friendos over here. Should probably deal with them. Shit we should craft. Unfortunately, that was our one and only breach, which is a bit sad. Got a little bit of haste from that last guy, though. Nice. 90 breach splinters, they say. Oh, there's some fella over here. Oh, Chaos Orb. We don't want to forget those. We can forget the Exalts. There's a trade about 1600 to a Divine. I mean, who cares? So that's it. Now we just keep our march forward. See any enemies? Walk over. Give them a quick shoot. Anything tries to shoot us back? We don't really care. Just keep collecting our unique tablets. Oh, there's some lads in the middle here. We should go deal with them. I think they got away with it otherwise. And as you can clearly see, they haven't. Oh, sounds gone a bit weird. What sort of magical shrine is this? Oh, we'll get it anyway. We like it. We're all about it. Delirium tablet. I don't think I care.
Craft that shit. Craft that shit.
Some bonus regen. The last rare sorted. And now it's going to want us to go and have a bit of fun with the boss, it would seem. Which I think will be fine. Oh, I blew my load early. It's okay. Load was successfully blown. Map has now crashed. What a perfect time to crash. We were so good at that boss, game just shit the bed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's what you know, that's when you know you've got like a banging build, when the game just decides it doesn't want to play anymore. Should we see what this loot's all about? Let's have a look. Terrible. 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 Alright. Guess we should showcase this thing on some single target bosses. Alright, we're in the last 5 waves of a simulacrum. Let's show how this goes, because it's all good fun. Stuff dies pretty fast. By the way, with this build, the way that the skill gems are set up, we end up putting lightning exposure on ourselves at -33%. I think this is the way Commiserate works. Because it counts as shock applying the exposure, it applies the shock exposure back to you as well. Sorry, overcharge, when it reflects the shocks. Also reflects the exposure, which is certainly a thing.
Divine.
Ooh, divine. Lovely. Just what we want to see. Do you not wonder? I mean, with our army of rare monsters. Just keeping everything very busy. Somnophobia. He's gone. He is no longer frightening. He is dealt with. On to the last few waves. We know we're guaranteed to get bosses on these waves. We know when they're going to spawn. If I remember my timings rightly, it should be about now. Damn it. Half a second too late. Oh, a chorb, a chorb, a chorb. Not quite as good as a divine. I suppose we should see if the ones are +5 lightning skill, shouldn't we? It's not. Get it on the floor. Throw it away. Right, so we put down a bit of this, a bit of these, do a bit of this. Steal that dude's buffs. Kill all those dudes. Maybe drink some mana potion. Just keep really just having a good time. Really. Bosses have spawned. We don't really care. Should we drink our mana potion a bit more? When the bosses come up, we do cast a lot of voltaic marks. We get shock in pretty fast. And we just keep up the hail of the shots, you know? Just keep it going. Into this last final wave. Oh god, that's a... Oh, now we're the slowdown. Now we are the danger. Omniphobia is still in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's surrounded by our little blue minions. Drink some mana potion. And there we go. Must be a closed helm, right? Oh, of course, it's a closed helm. Oh. But that's Sims Tier 4. Nice and easy, not a challenge. Finished it in like 11 minutes. On to single target. Do for a single target showcase here. So Tier 4, of course. Always top tier. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Oh, he teleported down there. I thought he'd gone up to one of his things. Thought he'd gone up to one of these lads. He had not. He'd hidden himself. Like a scared little king in the mists. Ooh. Ooh, it's a little bit further around. Ooh. Oh, it's not that way. Oh, man, it's a lot further around. He wants us to explore the whole maze. He wants to say hello and make friends with every single wisp here. That's this way, isn't it? Oh, my God, it's not. Yeah. Can't help you here. Minute and a half. Messed up the first stage a bit. Oh, I'm Rune of Draining for more withered effect. Oh, wow. That's not the right heavy belt. Imagine if that had been a headhunter. That's a single target. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this one. As I said, the build guide is in the description up on Mobalytics. This is a no-crit build, so specifically going for a cheap bow and building around the fact that using no-crit on the tree. So go push for a bit more defense and still have some pretty competent AoE and single target damage. I hope you have enjoyed this one, guys. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps. And if you're not subscribed yet, It's great hitting 10,000. I don't want to hit another I don't want to set another milestone, but if you want to subscribe, that'd be grand. And I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.